International Wall. This wall consists of murals depicting local and global historical and political events. They are painted by local artists who are commissioned by groups who want to get a particular message across to locals and tourists. The murals on the wall are ever-changing, so you're never quite sure what you might see. Starting from the right. This first example is of Leigh Mccarthy, who was in the Irish Republican Brotherhood and a prominent member of the Gaelic Athletic Association, the GAA, which actively promotes Gaelic games. Born in London, England, he was also an elected county councillor. Next is a mural celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Cuban Revolution. It contains a slogan telling Barack Obama it is time for change to the US economic blockade of Cuba. This mural was painted in conjunction with the Belfast Basque Committee. Ascatasuna is the Basque word for freedom, or Saoirse, as the Irish say. It demands self-determination and asserts that the Basque country and people are neither Spanish nor French. The next small mural was erected in remembrance to Martin Meehan, an IRA volunteer, Ogla in Irish, who died of a heart attack in 2007. Meehan joined the IRA in 1966 and was an active Republican till his death. The West Belfast Taxi Association was set up in the early 1970s in response to Belfast Corporation withdrawing public transport in this area. The WBTA now runs a taxi bus service in West and North Belfast, as well as offering guided tours to locals and tourists alike. In 2009, several Romanian Roma families, including many young children, were put out of their homes by racists in South Belfast. This mural draws the parallels with two other historical events that were shown on television around the world. In Ardoyne, North Belfast, in 2001, Catholic schoolgirls were attacked on their way to school by Loyalists. In Arkansas, USA, in 1957, racists supported by the Arkansas National Guard tried to stop 9 black children attending a mainly white school. This distinctive mural was a collaboration between artists from the Republican and Loyalist communities. It is their own interpretation of Picasso's famous Guernica painting, which depicts the aftermath of the German bombing of the Basque village of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War in 1937. Frederick Douglass was born into slavery in Maryland, America in 1818. He escaped slavery and eventually met up with others and got involved in the anti-slavery campaign in Washington, D.C. In 1845, he toured Ireland, giving over 50 lectures about the horrors of slavery. This small mural gives information about the Irish Republican History Museum, which is 5 minutes' walk from here and has many exhibits of historical and political interest. Macabre Jail is located about 10 miles outside Belfast. This mural was painted in collaboration with the Irish Republican Prisoners Welfare Association, which supports political prisoners jailed after the Good Friday Agreement. This mural was originally painted in 2008 to mark the 60th anniversary of Nakba, when around 750,000 Palestinian Christians and Muslims were expelled from their homes by Jewish and Israeli forces. The mural was constantly updated during the Israeli offensive in Gaza in December 2008. As the number of innocent Palestinian casualties rose, the mural was amended accordingly. Local school children were encouraged to visit the mural and write on the names of Palestinian school children killed by the Israelis. The Happy War, Christmas is Over placard is a play on the John Lennon song, which was itself a protest about the Vietnam War. Ciaran Nugent was an IRA volunteer imprisoned in 1976, who immediately went on a protest which was to last 5 years. This was known as the blanket protest because it involved the prisoners refusing to wear a prison uniform, refusing to do prison work, and being locked in their cells 24 hours a day. The protest was to escalate with the prisoners embarking on a no-wash protest, and then a hunger strike, which led to the death of 10 men.
It's been called the International Wall. That's a bit of an accident. It wasn't styled as that. We just decided this is a space which we can use. But we also, when different groups, support groups, would come over to visit Ireland, we used to help them make their banners and stuff for the different political rallies and marches. And some of them would also, because they also produce murals back home, they wanted to maybe try and sort of leave a mark here in Belfast. And we had like the Pasks, the Catalonians and different groups. And we just provided them the paint and they went off and marked their space. And I think that's how the international theme started to develop in it. We're not visionaries. The ideas that we get that appear on those murals come through conversations in black taxis and bars. I mean, we just see ourselves as a vehicle for whatever the issues being discussed in our community are. And I think it's healthy that in Belfast, which has come through a very frightening period of the last 30 years, that one of the good aspects of it, that our younger generation are very politically minded and very politically aware. War and the effects of war have affected their lives, that they also share interest and affection for other peoples who are going through similar type struggles.